Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So, looks like we're good. That all should fit. You guys, I got flowers. They're really pretty. Hope everybody's doing good. This is going to be a yin style practice. I'll wait for a minute or two to see who else shows up. It's just now 7, so people probably are going to be checking in a minute or so. You don't need anything. If you just have a mat, that's fine. Hi, Raquel. Give Obi a squeeze for me. Give Sophie a little pat. If you want to have like a small towel, that might be useful. So like a dish towel, hand towel, something like that. If you don't have it, no big deal. You also might want to grab either one of your cushions off the couch or a pillow off a bed. Sometimes it's helpful to have that to act as sort of a bolster. I mean, if you have a bolster, great, use that. But you might want one of those two things. And then we will get started here in just a minute. While we're waiting, there's a link to Spotify in the comments below. So if you need a playlist, there's like normal yoga music without lyrics. I think I have another yin playlist that's more just like acoustic covers of things that I like, not necessarily like traditional, but thanks, Jamie. It was actually a really good day yesterday, you guys. Got outside, saw some people, socially distanced, but yes. Ate some cookies, got some sunshine. It's a pretty nice day, so I enjoyed it. What else? Classes coming up this week. I know there's 9:30 classes every morning. I'll teach next after this on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Again, if we're teaching here on YouTube, it'll be able to be saved and you can use it whenever you need. If it's not on YouTube, you'll just have to check and see if somebody's teaching on Instagram Live or Zoom or whatever else. So looks like that's it. We'll go ahead and get started. You can come to your mat. Find an easy seat. I'm going to turn and face you, but you can just face the front of your mat if you want. Just find an easy seat, cross legs. For this practice, we move really slowly. It might feel like, man, how long has it been? But just try to, for the next little while, keep your attention on your breath. Just allow sensations to be as they are. Allow your thoughts to kind of bubble up and drift away. Just keep drawing your attention back to your breath. So once you find an easy seat, you can either rest the hands on the thighs or maybe fold the hands in your lap. Take an inhale, sit up tall. Take an exhale, let your eyes close. For a few moments here, can you find some stillness? You just notice the breath without changing it, flowing in and out of your nose. Notice if the hands want to fidget or change position. See if you can just place them and let them stay there for a little while. It's really, really easy for your attention to get pulled away from the breath, especially if a cat, a dog, a child is trying to sit in your lap right now. See if you can continue to Find some stillness here. Just notice the breath moving in and out, nice and even. This breath, it doesn't really have a sound to it, but it's a full breath. So filling up your belly, filling up the ribs, just filling up the entire chest, and then breathe it out slowly through the nose. We use this full, deep, even breath, matching inhales and exhales. Just send it wherever you're feeling something in the body. Notice maybe a lightness through the upper body as you sit up tall. A grounding through your hips. Every point of contact with the floor of the feet pressing down. Take one more big inhale. Big exhale through the nose. Let your eyes open. You can roll over the shins, come to hands and knees to a tabletop pose. From here, you're going to widen the knees a little bit. Bring your big toes closer together. And sink your hips back for child's pose. So the ribs kind of slide between the thighs. At first, go ahead, walk your hands out pretty long. Arms are about shoulder width apart. See if the forehead wants to rest down. The forehead touches down. We're going to add a variation today. You can walk the hands closer together, press your palms together. So it's like you're doing a karate chop or high-fiving yourself. Keep the elbows on the ground. Bend the arms, hands slide up and over your head. Noticing here as the chest melts down, the elbows press into the ground, a stretch and opening through the shoulders. Breathe into sensations and for a little while find some stillness. And noticing where maybe you're holding on to some tension or you're resisting a stretch. If it's a really strong, sharp sensation, you can go ahead and back off a little bit. But if it's a dull ache, a dull stretch you feel, stick with it. Kind of linger there. Send a stronger breath to generate opening. Notice if the breath has become shallow or choppy. Keep it really full, smooth, even. A little while longer. And slowly release the hands back down to the mat. Then from there, slide forward just enough that your hips stack over the knees. You might have to walk the knees in a little bit. And then walk the hands out a little bit farther in front of you, about shoulder width apart still. Begin to melt your chest down. You might come down to the forehead or the chin, or a puppy pose or a melting heart. Again, listen to the neck. Try to keep hips stacked over knees. If the sensations are too strong through the shoulders or the neck, it's okay to slide a pillow or a bolster underneath the chest to support the shape. Try to soften in here, melting the chest toward the ground. Again, just trying to find some stillness, smooth, even breath. Notice the changes that happen as you stay in this pose. Maybe where tension is being released. If the pose changes or shifts or opens. It's unique to everybody. About 5 more breaths. Very, very, very mindfully begin to slide forward onto your belly and walk the legs back. Just rest your arms alongside you. Feel the shape release. Sometimes as we hold these shapes a longer time, there's kind of rush of sensation. That's why it's important to move slowly as you release the pose. To really be able to feel that, to notice it. Go ahead and rise up to hands and knees. So you can swing your legs in front of you. Coming to a seated pose. Start off with both legs straight in front of you. And do what we call half shoelace. So normal shoelace, both legs are folded in. Today we're gonna leave one leg long. So you're gonna leave your left leg long to start. Go ahead and lift up the right foot and just cross it over above the left knee. See how that feels? And then you can continue to take the right foot and slide it back and outside of your left hip. So you're moving towards stacking knee over knee. Again, this is gonna be different in every body. Your knee might be quite high. This might be pretty easy to fold the leg in, but you can use your hands to adjust. Trying to stack the knees on top of one another, right foot outside your left hip. Adding a shoulder opener today. Take your right hand and drop it behind your back. So behind the back, I'm gonna wiggle the hand up your back. I'll try and show you a little bit. Then take your left arm, reach above your head, and then drop it behind you. This is where your towel might become handy. You can't catch fingertips. Then take a small towel, hold it in the top hand, your left hand, and then catch it with the right, and then wiggle your hands closer together. So once you find a place for the arms, even just catch your shirt. You place the legs. Try to sit up tall. Don't let the head hunch forward. Maybe see if you can let the eyes close. For just a little while, breathe into the shoulders, the hips. Find a little bit of stillness. Notice if you're letting the head sag forward, the left arm press the head forward. Try to sit tall. Continue to maybe wiggle the hands a little bit closer together if you're using a towel. Notice what the breath is doing. Very gently release the hands. If you have a towel, you can set it off to the side. Take both arms and just stretch them like you're pushing the walls on either side of you farther away. Reach, 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 press through the hands. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can keep the legs here in this half shoelace. If you need a little bit more in the legs, the bottom foot can always slide and fold in for the full shape. So either keeping the left leg long or folding it in, a deeper sensation, maybe in the right hip, the outside of the right leg. One more arm stretch before we change sides. Take your right arm in front of you. Take the left arm and thread it underneath the right. So you're wrapping the arms and pressing the palms together, finding eagle arms. Left arm is underneath, palms face one another. Begin to lift the elbows a little bit higher. And again, allow the eyes to close. Keep the breath smooth and steady. The arm position is really challenging. You can just give yourself a giant hug, but try to generate some stretch through the shoulders. Stuck in our homes, we're spending a lot of time on our phones and our computers and our tablets hunched over. So we need some of these stretches through the upper body, the arms, the shoulders, these areas we often neglect.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
Keep the breath smooth. A little while longer. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Reach and press through both arms like you're pushing the walls away once again. Really feel active stretching. Flex through the hands. Press through the fingers. Reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead, uncross the legs. You can lean back on the hands. Let your fingers face forward. And for a few breaths, walk your hands back. Press through the hands. Stretch through the elbows. Lift your chest up. Just let the legs be long. Walk your hands back in. Let's try the other side. So this time, right leg stays long. Half shoelace, the left foot comes in and cross it over the knee. And then begin to slide the left foot up outside the right hip, trying to stack knee over knee. Again, don't judge the knee by how high or low it is. A lot of that has to do with your hips. Leave the right leg long to start. This time you drop the left hand behind your back. Slide the hand up the back, palm faces away from the back. And then reach the right hand up and over your head. You might be able to catch the left fingers. And notice, try first just with your hands. One side may be very different than the other. You might need a towel on one side and you might be able to catch the opposite fingers on the other. Notice if the right arm is pressing your head forward, try to sit tall. Stretch through that shoulder. Maybe allow the eyes to close and breathe. A few more breaths right here. And go ahead and release your hands. Reach the arms up, press, press, press through the hands, feel the stretch in the shoulders. Legs stay right where they're at right now. Reach and press, feel the release through the arms. You can leave the legs here, the left foot just sliding outside the right hip. If you want a little bit more, take the right leg, fold it in and under. Tuck your right foot outside your left hip. Again, just notice maybe that's too much. You can straighten the right leg back out. And then eagle arms. So the left arm stays on top, the right hand slides underneath and around. Intertwine your forearms, press the palms together. And also just give yourself a big hug if that's enough of a stretch in the shoulders. Lift the elbows a little bit higher in front of the chest. Smooth, steady breath. About 5 more breaths here. Really lift through the elbows if they're sagging down. Breathe into the stretch across the back, through the shoulders. And gently release the arms. Again, stretch the arms out to the side. Active arms. Press and reach, 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 reach. Feel the fingers flex back. And release the hands behind you. You can unwind the legs, extend them long. Walk your hands back a little bit farther. Fingers face forward. Just press through the hands. Lift through the chest. Feel the stretch in the arms. The release in the hips. You can roll up and walk your hands in closer. Moving to a straddle shape, so turn to face maybe the long edge of your mat. If you're using the mat, you can face your TV. Does not matter how wide the legs go, just find a comfortable wide straddle for the legs. This may be enough, so you walk your hands out, you may rest on the palms. Try not to use the hands to hold up all of the weight though, we want gravity to do some work. If you can, continue to walk your hands out a little bit farther. You might be able to come down to the elbows or the forearms. Knees and toes facing the sky. Feel the hips, the belly tilting forward, long chest. That's pretty comfortable for you. You can continue to walk the hands out longer. The chest and the chin is really close to the ground. You might catch your pillow and grab it, resting on the pillow. If that helps you, try to release. If it's okay, you might come all the way down to the forehead. This is a comfortable shape for you. You might walk the hands out, feel the entire chest, belly, chin come down to the ground. I'm going to be here for a little while. So once you land, just bring the attention to your breath. See if you can notice the sensations and maybe the evolution of the pose over time. So notice where the tension is shifting, where maybe you begin to sink in a little bit more. Release the weight of your head, soften in. If you're on the hands, see if you can maybe walk them out a handprint or two more, or maybe come down to the forearms. Notice if the chest is melted a little bit closer to the floor. Just observe those small changes. Keep breathing, find some steadiness, some stillness. A little while longer, notice where are you still holding on to tension? Where can you send your breath? About 5 more breaths here. Move in slow motion. Begin to walk a handprint at a time in. Let your head stay heavy as you roll up slowly, slowly, slowly. Notice what the shape feels like in the hips, the legs, the spine, and the upper body as you roll all the way up. Try not to move just yet. Sit tall. Maybe the eyes are still closed. Let the energy settle. Bring the right toes to meet the left back at the top of your mat. Turn the other way, whichever way. Plant your feet as about as wide as your mat or wider than your hips if you're not using a mat. Walk your hands back behind you once more. Feet stay planted, just let the knees sway side to side. Roll to one edge of the foot and then the other, but the feet don't move. Just feel the hips release. And from there, you can extend the legs long. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. So lie back. Once you're lying on your back, try not to lie on your water bottle like I just did. Roll onto your right side. So your legs are straight, lying on your right side. Take your right arm and reach it straight out from the shoulder. So it's not above the head, it's not coming down, it's coming straight out like you're reaching for something. Let your palm face up. You're gonna slowly, slowly, slowly begin to roll onto your arm so it falls kind of across the chest beneath your chin. Listening to the shoulder. Roll all the way to facing down. Then you can reach your left arm above your head. You may rest on the forehead here. The left arm is reaching and resting on the ground above you. Smooth, steady breath here. Again, if the sensations are sharp, you can roll off the arm slightly, but try to stick with it. Breathe into where there's tension. If you get some tingling in the hands, that's normal. You can just back out of the pose a little bit to relieve that sensation. Keep the breath strong and even. About 5 more breaths here. We can go ahead and roll back onto the right side, slowly release the shape. Use the left hand, just press into it to lift up, sliding the right arm out from underneath you. Then change sides. So you'll roll onto your left side. Extend the left arm out. So legs are straight. Left arm is extended straight out from the shoulder. Once you place the arm, begin to slowly make sure the palm faces up. Slowly roll onto the left arm. Arm is underneath the chin. Then the right arm extends overhead. Again, notice if you're shying away from these sensations. If you're fidgeting or trying to bounce out of the pose. It can be challenging, especially with some strong sensations coming at you. Use your breath. Use it as a tool to smooth everything out, to calm the mind, to soothe the body. A few more rounds of breath. And slowly, slowly begin to roll back to your left side. And then continue to roll all the way onto your back. You might have to adjust. You probably rolled off your mat. That's okay. Kind of lying on your back. You can bend the knees. Hug them into your chest. From there, you might be able to catch the legs, outside edges of the feet, or the big toes. This is one of the few yin shapes where we use some active stretching. Whatever you catch with the hands, you can go ahead and pull. The knees are moving toward the ground here in Happy Baby, trying to tap on the outside of your torso. So trying to tap the ground kind of outside the rib cage. You can add a gentle rocking here. Notice the tailbone. Is it trying to fly away from the ground, or is the entire low back, the sacrum, pressing down into the mat? Use your hands here. Pull on the feet, press the knees closer to the ground. We'll be here for some time, so breathe into the stretch. Notice how it changes. Again, if the eyes blinked open, you can allow them to close. Turning the attention inward. About 1 more minute here. Just notice where you feel this. Maybe a little bit different from everyone. Send your breath to those strong sensations. Try to lean into the edge here. Don't shy away. You have just a few more breaths in this shape. Let the breath help you. Very, very slowly, you can release the feet and draw the knees back together. You might moan and groan. A lot of sensation there. Hug your knees in, just rock side to side. Then for a few breaths, plant the feet close to your hips. This may be enough release. If you want to lift the hips gently, we're not going to full bridge. Just lift the hips a little bit just to feel a gentle stretch. Maybe halfway up to your bridge. Not a lot of work here, just releasing through the front of the hips. And exhale, you can lower down. Take the left leg, extend it long. Draw the right knee in. Take a big inhale to squeeze the right knee in. And exhale, let the right knee fall across the body to the left. Today, the right arm is going to go above your head. It's a little bit different. Usually we reach it out to the side. See if you can extend the right arm overhead. The twist may not feel as deep, but notice how the right arm reaching changes the stretch along the side of the right side body. Left hand can gently rest on the right knee. You do get that tingling sensation in the right arm. You can lower it down to relieve the sensation, but then try to reach it back up. Maybe just wiggling through the fingers. Got about 1 more minute here. Keep the breath flowing. Draw the right knee back into your chest. Take an inhale to squeeze it in. And exhale, extend your right leg long. Changing sides, left knee draws in. Exhale, left knee falls across the body to the right. And left arm extends above your head. See if you can let the eyes close. Keep the breath smooth and steady. And inhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Give it one last squeeze. Exhale, extend the left leg long. Moving into your final, maybe the most important shape tonight, Shavasana. If you have that pillow nearby, always an option to slide your pillow underneath your knees. And place the hands wherever they're comfortable. Maybe the palms face the sky. I'll stay with you for Shavasana to give yourself these few moments. Probably not as long as a normal yin Shavasana, but a few moments here to allow the nervous system to reset, to calm down. To let your breath be natural. See if you can soften through the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. For just a little while, take rest. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth side out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms overhead. Take a nice long stretch. And then gently roll onto one side. Use your hands, press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes still closed, easy seat, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, scan your body from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. Just notice if anything feels different. Notice the energy flowing. Take a big inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold forward, seal your practice. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, blink your eyes open. Namaste. Oh, I'm gonna put my glasses. Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. I know a couple of you are here, so say hi if you didn't say hi yet in the chat. Really notice like how you sleep tonight. See if that helps at all with sleep. If you're noticing that you're having trouble sleeping, these videos are saved on my channel. I know John and Andy have a few Yin videos saved also. And yeah, I know I feel like I'm ready for bed too. Use these videos, replay them. It really is nice to do before bedtime. You know, you can add a glass of wine. I'm not going to judge. And it really does help you calm your mind down and settle in a little bit so you're able to get to sleep and maybe have a more restful evening and restful night. So yay, thanks Jamie. I'm so glad to see you. I think Sophia's teaching tomorrow morning. Thursday is Alana. Friday morning is John. Friday afternoon is Yin with Wine with Andy. So come back for that one. And then I'll teach a slow flow style class on Saturday and an Ashtanga, kind of an Ashtanga remix on Sunday. So make sure if you know anybody else who's like really struggling with settling their mind at night or, you know, tells you they're having trouble sleeping, share these videos, pass it along, you know, make sure you subscribe, share them with your friends, follow on Spotify. If you have questions, I'll stay here for a minute. But otherwise, have a good night, you guys. Thanks for practicing with me. Looks like we're good, so I will see everybody soon. Bye.